Hoping to convince travelers that it is safe when it resumes commercial flights on the Boeing 737 MAX this month. American Airlines took members of the media on a flight today. Despite a successful run, there are still concerns about the jet. NewsNation correspondent Marky Martin has the story live from Dallas tonight.
Rob, it was a big day for Boeing and American Airlines. The companies hosted the first public flight on board the 737 MAX since its worldwide grounding back in 2019. As you just said, it was a media flight. It was a quick one. It was from Dallas to Tulsa, and it was the newest step in Boeing's campaign to redeem the aircraft's reputation.
Following 20 months of intense inspection, the Boeing 737 MAX is ready for takeoff. On Tuesday night, final cockpit modifications were made to the aircraft that's been grounded worldwide since March of 2019, following 2 deadly crashes within 5 months that killed 346 passengers. The preparation was for Wednesday morning, when journalists climbed aboard an American Airlines MAX to see what the new bird was made of, how safe the flight really felt. This pre-flight checklist carrying the weight of a reputation needing revival.
I wouldn't get on, no. Feel like one crash is enough. It's a warning.
I would have to do some research on it, of course.
I don't think they would rush something like this unless it was time for it to come out.
Boeing in the thick of a campaign to allay flying fears and address the mixed reactions received from passengers.
And the truth is, there's a lot of skepticism about this plane.
Henry Hartevelt is a travel industry analyst who was invited on the 45-minute media flight from Dallas to Tulsa, but couldn't make it from California. He says transparency is the name of the game, and he applauds Boeing for its efforts in the wake of tragedy.
If this were a movie, the 737 MAX would have been the it girl or it guy who has everything going for it and then takes a really bad turn, goes through hell, and then is redeemed. And this is the part where that redemption begins.
The new plane, equipped with simulator training for its pilots, software upgrades, and rewiring. However, some relatives of those who died in the crashes still unconvinced of the MAX's safety. But in the weeks leading up to this first flight, FAA Administrator Steve Dixon taking to Twitter to let flyers know he has put it to the test.
I can tell you now that I am 100% comfortable with my family flying on it.
Wednesday's journey marked the first time industry outsiders flew the MAX since its safety ban. Hartevelt adding that fewer flyers during a pandemic is likely advantageous to the companies reintroducing the wings to their fleet.
And that's because they will have a few months to get flights scheduled and operating and prove that the plane is safe and reliable.
Hartevelt also told me he predicts it takes about 6 months of successful flights for Americans to feel fully comfortable with the MAX. We were told today's flight was a success. It was met with applause upon landing in Tulsa. The first flight that will be made available to the general public will be December 29th, and that will be on board an American Airlines MAX. Reporting live in Dallas tonight, Marky Martin, NewsNation.
Thank you, Marky. Olympic